The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
My dear brothers and sisters, the first line of the first reading beautifully describes the time and place where we are in. Children, it is the last hour. And what do we do in this last hour? What do we do on this last day? The answer to this can be found beautifully in today's gospel. A man named John was sent from God. He came for testimony, to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. On the last day, we are called to testify, to make our testament of what God has done in our life during 2020. And as I said at the start, while it might seem to be that things were not as good as one would have expected, this was a year of learning that we could use much less, that we could consume much less, that we could do with smaller things. It was a year of rejuvenating the environment, with all the cut down in travel that took place, of allowing the earth to heal. It was a year of learning that we could have family close by, and that family could substitute a lot of things that we took for granted. It was a time of forming bonds, not just physical bonds, but also social bonds through the use of media and internet and Zoom. And we are grateful for all this. There is so much new that has happened. And our prayer should be that we do not go back to the same old, but we learn to live with much less, reducing our consumption, renewing our lives, and reviewing how this year has helped us. At an individual level, a testimony is to say, how did God work in my life this year? What are some of the things that I've learned? What are the graces and blessings I have received? And I'm sure there is much to be thankful for. And so, in these couple of hours that we have before we celebrate New Year's Mass, let us keep this attitude of gratitude. I teach neuroscience, and there we even have certain research that has been done which shows that an attitude of gratitude releases a lot of the feel-good chemicals, serotonin, dopamine. And when that happens, we are placed in a much better state of mind. But we don't need neuroscience to tell us that. We know that because we have experienced gratitude. But another more deeper significance of gratitude is that when we are grateful for what we receive and then we share our gifts with others, we are allowing God to fill us even more. Our glass may be full, but if that full glass of water continues to remain as it is for a long period of time, it becomes stagnant. It is only when we can pour out that water, pour out our gifts to those who are less fortunate, that we allow God to continue to fill us with fresh, life-giving water. And so, while we are grateful, we also share our graces with others and allow God to fill us abundantly. May this be our sentiment in the next few hours and maybe even in the next few days as we live a life of gratitude.